the great beasts of the Stone Age. To man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. The marriage of science and religion is a delicate balancing act, but one that you have mastered, Saladin. Your quest for knowledge is noble, and your people have a deep respect for you. But you need not rush into the unknown. Given time, the answers to life's most puzzling questions will find their way back to Arabia.
I should really turn that off. But, anyway, hi, it's Curly. It is Curly. I'm gonna try and make a video. We'll just do a couple restarts. I may play through 10, 20 turns of a given start to see what I can do with it. I normally listen to the music because I am a fool. Anyway, we have Arabia. Contrary to what you might expect, I don't actually know what most of these things do, so we will go here. I happen to know a little bit about Arabia. So, the worship building of their religion, very cheap, so getting a religion will be very effective for us. And it's also effective for anyone else, so this could theoretically be a way of getting people to agree to your religion, but don't allow Arabia to get their religion everywhere. Granted, this won't add up to a whole lot, but early on, +1 science for each foreign city following Arabia's religion, that could be good. As for Arabia itself, they're doing this, plus 10% science and culture, and faith too. That's good. 10% science, 10% culture, that's never bad. There's enough ways that this can be boosted that it's worthwhile. The last prophet, in single player, this can be good if you're playing against the AI and you build a holy site, so that when the rest of the AIs rust their religion, you'll always get one. Although whether or not that religion is any good, who knows. Single player, or rather multiplayer rather, not so useful. You definitely won't get anything good if you wait to be the last one, and if you're building your holy sites everywhere, which you should, because you get building, like this building thing's good for you, then you'll probably be one of the first to a religion anyway. So, not exactly... Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird thing there. The Mamluk replaces the Knight. This is a good unit. Heals every turn, even if you attack with it, so that's good. Powerful unit. Knights are good. And the Madrasa is interesting. So first things first, I always recommend that you look up what these things are, these bonus buildings or the bonus builder things, because this buries the lead quite considerably for Arabia. Where would it be best to be sewed in this? Okay, Madrasa. Unique to Arabia, this replaces the university, gives you +5 science. I think that's actually one more than a regular university does. Yeah, it gives you one more than a regular university. And then whatever your science bonus was, the adjacency bonus, you get faith equal to that. So you start doubling up your adjacency science bonuses. You can get a lot of faith. Get a lot of faith. You can do a lot with that. This is an excellent building, just on its own. You could really get some crazy faith generation out of that, but this again buries the lead. Requirements. Here's the thing. Universities require education. Education is in the tech tree. It's over here in the medieval era. So that's pretty far in. But notice, no building here. Arabia, if you're not aware, their university is in the classical era. It's in theology. So if you get to theology, you can build your madrasas. They're in your culture. So theoretically, if your science and your culture are both high, you can get to universities as Arabia, a full tier of techs ahead of everyone else. And your university is better. And let me just check. 250 production. Okay, they don't get a discount on the production cost, but you get the idea. They're a better university. They come earlier, that don't require science, so you don't have to do the thing that I do, where in most games where I'll get to writing, sort of fill out a few things, and then rush to education. Because what that does when you do that is you risk yourself because you don't get anything down here. So what Arabia would do is you would get writing, get your campuses, maybe get up to mathematics if you want a Petra, maybe get the things that you need, maybe get to apprenticeship. But if you wanted to, you could go to writing, then get archery, and go down into something like machinery. Get to here instead of going for education, a very different part of the tech tree. Get crossbowmen, skirmishers get down here, or get into knights to get your Mamluks, and you aren't going to be behind in science by doing that. You can skip a few techs if you want to go to something more military. But that's what I mean when I look things up, because I remember that being mentioned a long time ago when I was watching guides, trying to play this a bit competitively before I joined Map Goons, obviously. So, yeah. Always read up on what your Civ actually does, because these little summaries, they don't always tell you what you need to know. Alright, now let's look at this start. Is this a good start? It's okay. I would rate maybe this is a bit mediocre, to be honest, but it could be worse. You don't have any super tiles to work, so I'm going to keep walking over this way. Alright, so here's what I'm looking at when I'm looking at this start. Settle in place. You've got okay tiles to work, and that's fine. Your science potential, a little low, but that can be worked with. You have this reef over here, so that's a +2 science place. That could be okay. Generally, you would like your capital to be the big science building place, but it isn't necessary that it has to be. So what I'm looking at over here is, I think for this particular game, I'm going to take a walk, because the growth potential here is okay, but growth is everything in the early game, and I think I want to move this way. Okay, I'm going to pick up some good tiles up here too. Because what I'm looking at are this little cluster right here of 3 food tiles. You got 3 food tiles. You've got like a 2-2 tile here. So the next decision is, do I spend another turn walking? I'm going to have to try and get some extra vision to see if that's worthwhile. But we'll see. I don't think I'm going to be able to get more info. Okay, so this is going to be a good city. Again, maybe a little light on science, but I can preserve some of the jungle over here. Maybe go over on this side. What this is indicating to me, though, right now, is I want to be extra greedy. So I'm going to be extra greedy. I'm going to full move over here because I want to have the potential of these things being in, and I'm not necessarily walking away from a lot that I want on the other side. And what this is also doing is freeing up. I can put another city over here, so I can take advantage of things over here. If I move over one later on, that'll be a bit cramped. So I'm leaving open some space over there. Got this looks defensible in case there is someone over here. I can work with that. So, settling on turn 3, not excellent. In a super competitive game, like if we were really out to kill each other, I would have probably moved one, then moved here and settled. Or maybe settled in place. This wasn't going to be a terrible start. It just wasn't going to be a very optimal one. So what do I need? I need animal husbandry, then mining. Let me look over here. So yeah, it looks like there's another river here based on this graphic. So over here, there'll be another city probably for us to grab. There are plenty of places, like I think this is a very likely campus spot for us, for this city, because there's a lot of jungle around it that I don't want to remove in case I don't have another better option over here. I'm not under any particular threat at the moment, so I want to start building a builder. I don't have a lot of, no, there's not a lot of early production in here, but there is a lot of growth, and we're going to demonstrate how that works to your advantage. But animal husbandry first for this. Okay, so a bit of a gamble lost here. There's hill tile over here that I can work. This city over here, Grassland Hills, are probably my favorite of these. 2 food, 1 production, put a mine on it. I prefer those to Plains Hills. Goody hut. Okay, so I'm greedy. I'm a greedy person. So what I'm seeing right here is I am seeing the Petra Dream. Depends on exactly where Russia is. Okay, Russia's over there. Okay, so what this is indicating to me is I want to rush a city as quickly as I reasonably can. If I lose this, not a huge loss, but put a city over here. I think I have this on Deity AI, so that could be a problem. Let me see what kind of... Okay, yeah. Try to make this into a Petra city. Ways that I know that this is a decent place to try and do this is that you've got a lot of desert to take advantage of the Petra, but at the same time, you've got some woods here that you can buy out to and chop down for extra production. You've got grassland hills for production. You've got the chocolate for growth. Now you've got a decent mix of stuff in here so that you can grow, have some okay production, and then once... So it isn't completely useless even if you don't get Petra. Grow. Looks like we're cramped. That sucks. Okay. So city here, maybe a city right here. Maybe. I'm gonna continue building out this worker. Animal husbandry. I'm gonna get archery right now because I'm on deity. Antioch. Oh, that's convenient. They found me. Plus 4 gold. Never bad. What is their bonus? Extra gold. Not terrible, but I don't do foreign trade routes that often, if ever. I'm probably going to stop my exploration now, actually. I got a goodie hut. That's fine. I have some knowledge of where things are. Because, guess what? Yeah, that happened. State workforce. I try to go to state workforce for the government plaza and the governing title. Early Empire, because generally, you'll get to here, and then you'll have enough titles for Magnus, whoever that governor is. Then to political philosophy, I generally would go recorded history first. In fact, I will go recorded history first. Yeah. Don't have a particular plan for that yet, but let's see what this is. Well, plus 1 envoy, that's fine. Save your envoys. Save your envoys for important city-states. We're gonna need slingers, because barbarians, and also AI. Yeah. Farm here, more growth. Don't have another, actually. Growth. Archery. What other tile would be good for this? If I had irrigation, I would do that one. Don't have mining yet. So we'll just save this guy, put him to sleep. We'll go for pottery into writing, to masonry. So that's unfortunate, but not unexpected. A little bit unfortunate that this spawned right there when it did. Major flood, of course. So yeah, just building out this start. I'm kind of enjoying it. I may continue this one afterwards. It's not a... I will not call it like a super great start, but... Grow. Yeah, I think this is not a perfect start, but I would say that this is a very good start. Growth early on is very important. I would say more important than almost anything else. Because notice, as we're growing, we're getting production too. Like, we're picking it up. Like, we go down here. You. Yeah, you pick up, one, but you have a whole bunch of them. You have a whole bunch of growth. You have a whole bunch of pops. All right, keeping it on. Yep. So +3 over here. This is fine. Then there's be another +3 on that side. So campus is campus. Let's start trying to clear out these barbs so I'm not playing just constant defense. One other thing that I didn't really get, I didn't have balanced resources on. I don't normally play with those, so... Oh, darn. Yeah, AI. AIs do this. A's gonna I. This aside, I don't know, a player would not have the military that they're about to hit me with. But, yeah, I'd say this is still a good start. I can recover from this. I will eventually overtake the AI. That won't be a problem. Maybe get Desert Folklore here? Maybe culture from pastures. I am working my pasture, and I kind of need the culture, so that's probably what I would go for in this situation. Is there maybe culture from plantations? What would I have more of? I'd have more plantations, but I don't have them right now. Irrigation. Hopefully these two groups will fight. Buy another archer next turn. They are fighting. It's amusing. Yeah, these barbarians. There must be two camps out there doing this. Ah, well.
From the dust.
It's what I get for playing on deity. Let's do this again, but let's leave it on Prince this time. Splintered Fractal, since that's what we use. Let's do a standard map. I'll leave it on Prince this time. That just happens in deity. Probably shouldn't have. I should have played it like I was playing deity if I wanted to actually win that. Start with just a whole bunch of military units, just have spammed archers and tried to have 5 or 6 by the time that happened. I went more of a multiplayer, greedy kind of a thing, which got me killed. So.
From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
Okay, Rome. Rome is pretty good. Starting with a monument. That's pretty powerful. Monument in every city. That's pretty powerful. This road thing, it's okay. You can get some gold from your internal routes. That's always a good thing. Unique aqueduct. It's interesting. Legions are okay. Alright, well, this is a start that I have absolutely no complaints about. This is one of the ones where you guys would try to ban me after I play this. So it looks like we have a campus district over here. I can see two mountains. So there's probably a spot between them. Maybe there's another mountain over here. So campus here. If it's not +3 on its own, we'll put a government plaza there. Long term, we've got hill, hill, two hills here, hill over there, hill here. Maybe save these woods for chopping later. Let's see what we got over here. More of the same. Possible Petra City. So yeah, settle in place. We are in luck. This is an excellent campus site. We've got more sheep over here for growth and production. This is probably... Oh god, it's on Prince. What did I do? Okay. I can't change the difficulty midway here. To avoid that happening again, I'm going to get a slinger first. Although it is tempting. I can't put a farm on this anyway. So, yep. Grow. What would I want here? I think I'm going to go for animal husbandry. I don't have mines that I want to improve necessarily. Yeah, Petra City over here. Oh right, I forgot. I kind of know what Rome does, but baths, what do you do? Okay, extra housing, extra amenities. That's always good. Swordsman replacement. That's fine. We've got culture income, which is good. Petra City in here. Probably put the city itself right here. Depends on what I see on the other side of these mountains. Okay, yeah. Civic, very quickly, which is good. State workforce. Pantheons are good. Animal husbandry. Again, in multiplayer, yeah, I don't quite have free horses here. Maybe my horses are up there, but that seems unlikely. I'm going to check over here to see. I don't want to necessarily remove one of these sheep if I don't have to. Grow. If I was paying more attention, I would manage this better, but I'm talking, and that's distracting. Don't really need Artemis. I'm never sad to have Artemis if I can get it. The amenities can really help. Do have some woods that I need removing, so I'll go for that next. Another slinger. This may be me being traumatized, but oh, hello. Wonder up here. Okay.
It was a fantastic landscape.
Interesting. Very interesting. So, Petra City is still going to be down here. May have a little bit of benefit to this. Actually, that's interesting. It's an interesting choice. Maybe right here, with this newfound knowledge. Lose a hill. Still have that. Still have these. Won't quite get this, but there'll be another city up here. That's the other thing, is I could have another city like right here. Like just put it right here. Grow off the oases and this cow. Put the Petra City down here. We'll have some desert tiles that I can't really work, but I can put districts there. So yeah, this is shaping up. This is shaping up. This is oh, my horses were over here. Okay. I would strongly consider killing Arcad in part of this, because that's certainly a city location that they have there. Oh hey, possibly get Artemis maybe. Actually, yes. I'm gonna see if I can do that. Maybe I was not incorrect in doing this. So yeah, this start was so naturally good, I didn't feel the need to rush a builder, so I'm just going military. And we're gonna try and kill Arcad. The AI won't like it. You guys probably wouldn't like it, but there we go. Also, this will be a good demonstration of how worthless cities are early in the game, because they are really worthless. As a defensive structure, I mean. Another city over here. Ark of the Covenant. Okay. Well. That's interesting. Is even in the desert. If only I was Congo, alas. Yeah, this will be definitely worthwhile. Think how we can get a builder. Our military is strong enough. Archery, pottery. So what I would do here, probably, if I can get a city over here, try to build Artemis, and then make that into a into a campus. Choose Pantheon. Start a builder here. Grow. Magnus first. Rome. State workforce. Do I need anything differently from here? So yeah, this game would be... this is again one of those things where yeah. This would be one of those... This would be a banned curly game, is what this would be. But yeah, there's that. You know, do what you can, grow. That's probably one of the best starts that I've ever encountered. At least as a normal Civ. Inca can have just crazy starts that are far and above anything else anyone can do.
Taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest.
Okay, Scotland. I've done them in single player a few times recently. My appraisal of Scotland is they have one good thing and the rest of it is kind of useless. There's plus 10%, plus 10 production, extra great scientists, extra great engineers. All of this is good if you're happy. Ecstatic cities double these amounts. This is good. It's all well and good. But getting amenities, that can be tricky. Especially later in the game, this can really fall off to where you don't even get it anymore. And the bonuses are fairly mild. The War of Liberation thing, who cares? This would be good against me in the previous game. You could have declared war on me after I took Auckland. But normally you don't get those. Golf courses are plus one amenity. You know, some culture, that's okay. Highlanders, whatever. For consistency. Plus one culture. Yeah, you know, some culture, some gold, some amenities. Tourism and housing. Plus one appeal. You know, yeah, they're okay. But you have to have a place to put them. That you're going to work anyway. And that something else wouldn't be better on. Okay. So, again, this start is really good. I would say that this has a higher potential long term, but worse early on than the previous start. No real reason to move. The only place I can move is here, and I'd lose fresh water. I could do 2 moves, settle a few, like, on turn 3, which I would be normally tempted to do, because, well, I'm actually tempted to do that for a few reasons. First of all, there's a lot of mountain in my internal rings here that I don't necessarily want. I want the mountains to be around, but I don't necessarily want them, like, in my workable tiles immediately. That's not generally what you want to do. Second thing, this looks more promising later on. So, being the greedy boy that I am, I'm gonna go over this way. Maybe I get nothing out of this, but certainly what I do get to start with is this tile. Yep, picked up another citrus, picked up another... Yeah, I think this will be worthwhile in the end. Not that I wouldn't have gotten this, but I would have had a lot more mountains in my immediate tiles, and that's not necessarily what you want. Over here, this is going to be a good city. Well, potentially, anyway. Maybe right here. Get some campus down there. Choosing research. What do I need? Actually, this time I think I will go mining first. Because there's not... Improving these will be helpful right now. Still Slinger first. Okay, so that's the coast. That's good to know. Fish, meh. Go back this way. Okay, yeah. So yeah, there's going to be a campus right here. City placement there. We'll have across the river. Got hills for production. Got grain for growth. God, early Rome culture. Just so painful to have and then not. City, campus. Really good campus right there. Rapa Nui, what do you do? Culture, city, state for one thing, but we didn't meet them first. That sucks. When we get our first envoy, it will go here. Moai. Okay, kind of what we already have. So what I'm seeing right here, fresh water and desert. So immediately thinking Petra right here. Try to keep these forests around to top out production as we need it. No, grow. When I'm not talking, I generally manage these things a little bit more. Builder. The slinger will just stay here for protection. Yeah, this looks like this would be a really good Petra city. Pottery and irrigation. The pantheon that we're going to try and get is culture from plantations, because we'll have a few of those. Hungary. Okay, he's miles away. That's good to know. So Petra location would probably be here, is what I'm thinking. Get good hills, but also good non-desert to start with, because you need the non-desert to build what you're going to be doing. Maybe here, actually. Tricky. Might actually be here. Still get most of the hills eventually. Around here. Maybe on this hill. For, to get this. Get the hills. Even get these two hills. Work this Mars. Work this production. Chop down those woods. You can see what I'm getting at there. Try to get our Pantheon as soon as we can. Okay, maybe not. That would be a forward settle. So maybe the Petra dream would not be real in this game if I was dealing with you guys. That's okay for now. Great Bath. Could be worth it. But, we don't really have time. Monument for more culture. Yeah, it looks like Teddy blundered his way into a Petra dream over there, which is, good for him. Grow. In fact. Grow. Start bringing my warrior back. This is fine. So, plantations are +2 gold. Not growth or production, so that's a bit unfortunate. We'll just hang out on this one for that to be a thing. And then we'll go into writing. Hanging gardens could be good, extra growth, but we have more important things to be worrying about, housing. But for right now, get another slinger. Where is this guy going? I'm not sure. Yep, here come the barbarians. This is where being, like, Teddy would come in handy, I think. But, try to do this sort of falling back as we try to preserve units as best you can. That is not the one that I wanted to move. Writing is complete. Don't really have the tech we would need. We could put the campus here or there. I think this would probably, well, probably go ahead and put it down there. Anyway, that's sort of what I would do with this start. You're pretty well protected. You got a nice little thing here, so you're not going to be attacked by other players. Barbarians, though, here they come. So have some units ready. That's why I left this slinger behind. Starting to play this a little bit more seriously. This is why I generally you don't hear me complaining about barbarians that much. Is I don't tend to make scouts, which is why I never find any of you. I figure you'll find me soon enough. I may make one, but generally I'll make slingers and just explore with my warrior. Okay, Indonesia. Indonesia is interesting. I won't say that they are good.
Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization.
You can get a very early faith from, or a very early pantheon from this. So, if I was getting here, my plan would be in multiplayer to try and get to that settler pantheon before anyone else can. That'd be my hope, anyway.
Rely upon your loyal fleet, bold queen. Unleash a frightful storm upon those who bring strife.
Don't remember what this is. Don't really remember what that does either. We'll see. This is okay. You can get some very interesting campuses on here if you have like a coast with a reef and maybe a bunch of sea tiles around. You can get very good campuses off of that. It's interesting. I like it. I kind of wish they were better bonuses for some of them, but you can try to make do. You can get better things than you might otherwise expect. And also, just adjacency bonuses for theater square districts in general. You don't get that many of them besides wonders, so that can be helpful. And also, you get +1 amenity from theaters or entertainment complexes. It's not bad. Speaking of, right here, +3 campus district. Reef is 2, 3 from, or 1.5 from coast. So yeah, just right there. Okay, science. Don't need mountains. That alone, just really, that realization really bumped them up on my, wow, I can do science without needing mountains. Hell yeah, sign me up for that. Now, unfortunately, we're a coastal civ. I say that unfortunately because coastal civs are not my favorite. For me. Being on the coast, for me, is just like an invitation to frigate me in about 50 turns. Or 100 turns, or whatever it is. Okay. I'm glad that I moved there. That's actually really interesting. So, that is a 2-1. That's a +4 campus district right there. And what this is telling me, what this start would be telling me, is I want to move down here for a couple reasons. One, our growth is not going to be good. That's just not going to happen in this start. So that's unfortunate. But I'm still on fresh water. I can improve these. And what I'm going to end up doing is just spamming more builders than I would otherwise normally like. I have the production to do it, though. I could have moved inland here, but that would have denied me my faith. So what I'm going to do is start here. +2 faith per turn. And I would probably immediately start with a builder. What do I want? I want mining. So, we're not going to do grow, because I need that builder fast. Because what I want is to turn these down here into like 2-1 tiles with farms. Maybe buy out to here as I can, and make this into a farm temporarily. Because, yeah, what I'm thinking is put another city here with an aqueduct. And, well, we'll just see if this plan works. I've never done this before, but it seems like, okay. This is why I don't explore very much. Alright, have a decent idea of what's going on up there. Seems flat plains. That's not excellent. It'll get better as the game goes on, but not right now. So I need you to just come back down. Doesn't. Let's see if we can find a Petra. Hey, there's the flat desert. Time for a Petra. A one-hill Petra. Let's go. More realistically though, +3 campus on that flat desert. Haha. Okay, now you grow. I'll go ahead and buy out to there. Choose production. What do I want? Get a monument. The terrain here is such that I'm not... Actually, no. Those barbs spotted me. Get a slinger. Yeah, just remain fortified. We'll go ahead, spend a charge to make this into a farm. Not excellent, but it is 2 food. That is like extra growth. So, here's one if you're in a situation like this and you really need. Lock your things down onto growth, but have your city focusing on production. I don't remember what it is in the regular mod, or like without this UI mod. But when a city grows, I believe this is still true. You'll get the yield of the thing it grew to. So I'll be growing, get that 3 production, and then I move the worker over here to keep growing. And then as soon as I get another 75 gold, I'm gonna buy out to that one. And I may keep this worker around, I may not. What else would I need? This wise. Animal husbandry. Because I moved into where there's some flatter terrain, and that can be advantageous. Because if there are horses right here, that's good. But anyway, Pantheon. Man. Barbarians. What am I doing? I don't need that. I need this. Alright, well, let's see if they cooperate. They did. Okay. Better growth out here. I'm still going to settle right there because I don't see fresh water, so this aqueduct right here is probably going to be pretty important later. I don't mind that they're close together. That's fine. And in fact, depending on what it's like up here, this may be a better campus than this one, and then we could have 2 good campuses. Now we will double produce slingers. Don't have grow here, so we'll get money. I think I went mining first anyway, so... Never really worthwhile to remove copper, it's just gold, and you have better things you could be doing with your time. I'm just going to leave this like that. I may actually save this game and continue it on. I think you get the idea of what I would be doing here. I don't think... The only person who could beat you to this would be Molly. Molly, if they started in a flat desert, like in a desert area, they could beat you to this if they wanted to. But they may not want to. Molly may actually want desert folklore more than this. I could have gone for a +1 production from fishing boats. That wouldn't have been bad either. Maybe long run that might be better, but I think just getting 2 cities up, turn 20, 2 cities for free, more or less. I think that's certainly here where the growth was so slow, it might have taken a little time to actually build up to this. I think this is very worthwhile. Claiming some land and doing that. Barb camp done. And I think that was essentially free. I think I got gold for doing that. There's a trick for you if you didn't know. Yeah, I'll save this start, maybe come back to it later. This is sort of an interesting thing. Indonesia just went up significantly. I think a lot of these have changed. There are a lot of little changes that I've been finding as we've been doing Civ 5 again that I didn't remember them being there. Like America getting a wild card policy, I don't remember that being there.
Great beasts of the Stone Age. To man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization.
This also seems different.
Your people look to you, Emperor Pedro II, to lead Brazil onto the world stage.
Okay, so yeah, you're a great person. You're a great person factory here. You just get all the great people. Rainforest tiles just plus one adjacency. Okay.
That your people thrive. Watch them in the carnival as they dance the samba in celebration of your great feats, Pedro the Magnanimous.
Gonna need to see. I don't know what either of those do. Before I do that, I am tempted to do this. Move down. It's okay. Let me explain what I'm thinking of here. I can see on the graphics that this is coast. I don't want to be on the coast. I don't like being on the coast unless I have something very specific that I'm doing. Like the Indonesia thing, that was fine. I don't really want to be on the coast. I would rather be inland, and it is unlikely that there are resources here that I deeply care about. Especially 2 tiles out. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to move here. Don't really need to see what else is going on. This will do 2 things for me. 2 immediate growth tiles. Have a 3rd one over here that I can buy. Okay. Not so much new information over there. We'll see what happens when I settle. Okay. More hills down here. I think these are plains hills, grassland hills with woods. Okay. So there are hills down here. That seems pretty good. Have to do a look around and see. My instinct is still to try and put the campus district right here. Or maybe down here, actually. We'll see what the hill situation, like the jungle situation, looks like down below. The problem is you don't generally want to keep jungle around. The tiles underneath can be made better, but I think you could deal with this. We'll start with a slinger. We'll start with growing. What do I want here? Animal husbandry. Maybe there's some horses around, but probably not. But we'll improve our cattle here. So, in fact, this would be a good enough start that I think I'd go for builder. The terrain is so rough, it seems like it would take a while for anything to get to us. Okay, now here's an interesting. This is +4. This is a +4 campus district. 2, 1, and 1. That's interesting. I wouldn't. Terrain is kind of rough, so we're not going to get too far with this warrior. Okay, yeah, I think that pretty much seals it. That this is going to be. This looks like mountains. So, put the campus right here. I think that looks like another mountain based on the way that this is going. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5. Then have another city down here, maybe. Yeah, if this is... I don't know what this could be if that's not a... I guess that could just be a regular tile, but it'd be a weird regular tile. Some Desert Hill. Mysterious. Desert Hill Geothermal. Mysterious. That's not great. $40 gold's not bad, though. So do animal husbandry, then get mining to start clearing out some of the forest. Yeah, mining. We don't have. This looks like a good city down here. Lots of grassland hills. This is a general good tile set to be based on. Yeah, this would be... God, if I was Inca... Okay, let me do a quick explanation of Inca, really, to tell you why I think they're probably one of the best civs in the game. Inca, their builders start with the ability to build a terrace farm. Now, the big thing that people think about terrace farms is that for every mountain adjacent to a terrace farm, it gets +1 food. So if you built a terrace farm right here, +1 for being a terrace farm, +1 for one adjacent mountain, this would be 4 food, 1 production. That is a red herring. The mountains don't so much matter early on. This would be an incredible Inca city to me, even if there were no mountains anywhere. Because if your terrace farm is adjacent to fresh water, it gets +1 production too. So, start a city here, build a worker. Move a worker here. Terrace farms can be built on any kind of hill. Or in fact, actually put it right here. Any kind of hill, you can build a terrace farm. Build a terrace farm here. 3 food, 2 production. 3 food, 2 production. 3 food, 2 production. All of this, 3 food, 2 production. Right here, 4 food, 2 production. 4 food, 2 production. Like 4 food, 2 production. You get the idea. Like this just... It scales incredibly. Your cities, they grow so fast. And you have so much production. It's just, you can't be caught. Okay, this wasn't a mountain, this was a jungle, but that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, +5 campus right here. So we'll get mining, then we'll get pottery, then we'll get writing, and we will start off to the races. May actually build a theater district. I normally don't because they don't have that much culture production in the beginning, but build a theater district. I don't know. Where would be a good place? Maybe here. Yeah, build a theater district right there for +4 culture. Yeah. Man. Brazil. They have a lot of potential here for things I was not aware of. Yeah, this would be a glorious Inca start right in here. It wouldn't, like, if there was a ring of mountains around this, that would obviously be better, but you don't need it. Just this on its own. Grassland hills with rivers running through it for as far as the eye can see. We have 3 people. We can't wait on that. We'll go ahead and buy it. We'll start our worker going over that way. Try to get an early Pantheon. Probably culture from pastures. We're going to have a fair few of those. Or at least we're going to have 2 early on when it matters. More slingers. We'll stop by and catch a mine on this as we go past it. Unfortunately, that's not a hill jungle banana, but that's fine. We're gonna try and unite up here. At this point, probably go for pottery. Oh, whoops, that's fine. Good growth. Probably enough growth. They won't be super crazy, but it'll be good enough for what we're doing here. Come back. We'll put a mine on this gems. So yeah, let's prioritize those +3 growth. And if you get like 3-1 like this, suddenly, you know, it's turn 21, you have a size 4 city with decent production just because of how big it is. And suddenly everything, it's just faster. It's just, once you start getting, like, it's a momentum thing. I'll build more slingers, because I'm really waiting for some of this culture stuff to finish. We'll sort of build like a defensive line here, and we'll get the barbs as they're coming. You know, like, we'll push them back. But now I really need that monument. Need that writing. Attacking the barbarian, this is sort of a losing proposition. Choosing civic, craftsmanship, state workforce. Unfortunately, we can't really afford to change away from the +5 strength. We kind of need that for what's happening, but we'll throw stones at that. Have you heal for a second. It's actually far more clever than I've seen the AI be generally, but we'll go ahead and smack them. And now we sort of start pushing back as we can. Okay, that completed quickly. Don't have any other really good growth tiles, so that's fine. We'll start getting more and more production as we go. Because what this is doing is we're growing, and we're also, like, even though we're switching over to production, I can, if I really needed to, I could just bust out a whole bunch of production all at once. But I don't really need to, so we'll go for a granary. One thing I'm not a fan of this sort of rainforest focused start is, like I said before, you don't typically want to keep rainforests around. This is a good reason, but it's not a great one. I just want these things gone. I want them to stop spawning. So either it moves back, which it didn't. So this is victory. Don't want to try to keep that alive. Scout may kill it. Scout didn't kill it. We'll fortify here. Just in time. Timed out things. I didn't mention this, but you try to time out things so you finish the building right when you start. Like, I'm not going to say that I can do that particularly well, but it's something that you watch out for. Build the campus right here. At this point, probably get archers. By the time the slingers get back in there and get rested, they'll be ready to be. I'll just buy them into archers. Because I guess round 2 is coming of the barbarian invasion. It looks like this landmass doesn't really keep going that far that way. Hopefully the scout doesn't start pillaging all my shit. She's Pantheon. I didn't actually think about this, unfortunately, but let's look through. Oh yeah, I did. Like, that's another 2 culture at a time when we had 4, so... So yeah, that's pretty quick right there. What else do I need? What I want here? Maybe another builder. Could actually buy settler at this point. In fact, I'm going to do that. Go ahead and get a library. I think bronze working. We don't really want to cut down jungle, but it's good to be able to if you need it.
Organisms don't think of CO.
Huh. I swear I didn't look ahead in this save, but that's just fortuitous. I can't upgrade the slingers yet, but they're around. I'm just gonna go over there. So, where would I go here? Probably right there. Have this be its district. Let these guys heal up. Another one down. Let's just check over here. These don't count as reefs, actually, which is unfortunate, but that's the way it is. I'm going to put you right here. I think you can still sail on here, and I don't know. I think this is still going to be the best campus district. Not for right now. We'll just grow for right now. Get a builder. Maybe I should have gone out one more, but that's fine. That'll annoy me for the rest of the game, but whatever. Missed out on two things here. The, what is there? Liang, this lady. She's gonna go there. She's gonna build aquacultures, fisheries. It's all over this. It's gonna be great. Buy out to here. Actually, let me see if I can just do that. Anyway, I think you get the idea of the start. That's lucky. You get your +5 district here. We'll get to recorded history pretty quickly. Culture from pastures. Yeah, all that's coming together. I'll do one more and see what we get. Because I've been talking for a while. I don't even know how long this video is. Hope it's probably not what you wanted, but there you go. Okay, Rome. Rome significantly better in my estimation now. It's been so long, I forgot how slow culture is at the beginning, and then you have their starting thing, and it's just, oh wow.
On towards the stars. Cast your net wide. Largest empire the world has ever seen. If you can truly get all roads to lead to Rome, yours will be an empire of great riches and luxuries. Surely then our citizens will proclaim you as their best ruler, the Optimus Princeps.
I just noticed, is that his own goddamn face on his chest plate? The hair kind of looks similar. Okay. This isn't a curly start, but, tundra. They are tundra hills, but that is a minimal improvement. Let's see what we have over here. Okay, it looks like we're not going to be able to move off the coast. Okay, there's no fresh water. Half of our shit is tundra. We have to start on the coast. I'm not a huge fan of any of that, but on the whole, I would say that this start is still okay. We have the reef here. Reefs are good. We have a mountain here. This is a campus district, a serviceable one. +3, that's the break off you want. We have We have cattle. We got cows. Crabs. Crabs are worse in almost every way than fish, or whale, or turtles. But we'll do what we can. We're going to settle here. We're going to settle here. We're going to go builder first. We're going to try and grow. Animal husbandry. Now, what did I see that made me go builder first, animal husbandry? Horses can't be up here. Horses can't be on hills. Horses have to be right here. Horses are +1 food and +1 production on a tile they spawn on. So, hopefully, we get animal husbandry. We get horses right here. We put the pastures on them, and if that doesn't happen, I hate the game's making me consider this. Okay, so over here. Oh, thank you, game. You've given me an obvious solution to this problem. Wow. Okay. We met them first. That's extra culture. What is the rest of their city like? Okay, well that's not good. Slingers, this is fine. We don't have a 2-tile to work. I'm gonna let that move away. Probably go for mining next, although getting 2 archery wouldn't be a bad thing. See, here we go. This was a 2 food tile. Now it's 3 food, 1 production. We can put another production on there, and that would become our best tile. We want to do that, but we need to clear out away the chaff first. This is the danger of doing what I was doing. Okay. Maybe our borders will expand to that instead. We have a lake here. We have a lake with an oasis. We're getting this instead of mining. I think we need mining, actually. I'm gonna get out that slinger and then switch to working this tile, I think. Craftsmanship. or... Oh. Well, that's not great. Okay, well, that defines... I hate this change. I really do. If I could mod this game at all, this is the first thing I would do, is change these spawning. The Barbarian Horsemen, they're just... it's too much. Luckily, they seem to have toned them down, and they luckily did that. Okay. Disaster solved. Not everything is solved by doing that. However... that didn't solve every problem, but it did solve a lot of them. Okay, it's not alarmed. I'll still try to kill it, though. Pantheons, I'd probably go Culture from Pastures again. Well... I'd have to look at them. Maybe... Production from Fishing Boats. Not really feeling that. See what it is. I think there's something about mines on bonus resources, maybe? Get another builder. Go back to making archery. Okay, that implies to me that the camp is right there. Oh, so the wheel's advanced. Okay. So we don't have a lot of grow, but we have enough grow. I'm gonna go and see the government plaza. Where does our campus even go here? Campus goes there. Campus goes here. Mine. Government plaza goes here. Industrial zone goes here. Point Magnus to Rome. Yep, that bronze working. State workforce. Foreign trade's next. That was stupid of me. No one saw that. Okay. Galaxy Brain. The most Galaxy Brain play that I can conceive of would be putting a city right here. Or maybe right here, actually. City right here. Would never have fresh water, but it wouldn't need it necessarily. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if it'll be my second city, but I will put a city right here, and this is why. Let's go back to our governors. So, this is all shit, right? This is snow, tundra. None of this is worthwhile. However, there's a fair few sea resources out here. So, I don't normally do this, but I could conceive of putting something right here, having the harbor somewhere less important, but here's the idea. Let's go to our governors. This person allows you to build aquacultures. +1 food if adjacent to a sea resource. +1 production if they're in the city. So what that would be is that for every, you can build these on any of these sea tiles. And if they're adjacent to a sea resource, they get +2 food, +1 production. This is not affected by the fishing boat faith, but 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. You, like, that's a fair amount right there. Even if these tiles are never going to be anything. And the reason why I'm considering this at all, let's go all the way over here. Like I said, this would not be like my first, second, third, like, where is this? Advanced flight? No. Or wait, is this in culture? Just in case people don't. Here we go. The Amundsen Scott Research Station. One of the ways that you can really dump your way through something at the end is if you can get to this. So, what does this do? +10%, 20% science, 10% production in all cities. If there are 5 snow or snow hill tiles within 3 tiles of a city owned by this player, these yields are doubled. 40% science, 20% production in all cities. And this is good enough that it could support itself. By that point in the game, you put your mines down on the hills that you can, which would be a few. Like you still have these tundra hills. The tundra hills will have the bonuses that you get from putting mines on them. Like you'll get extra things from like apprenticeship, +1 mine improvements. Where's the other one? Industrialization, another +1 to mine improvement. There are probably resources out here. There's probably like uranium or oil out here. So I'm not going to play all the way through to see if this is true, but definitely that might be. Honestly, that might be a sooner city than I'm thinking, because it's a very interesting option there. Where would the next of these be? Yeah. Yeah, that, I don't know. If you're looking at weird things that I sometimes do, why would I settle a city right here? Well, this is why. This is actually better than it looks, and it's because of the way that these are spaced out. Because of the way these are spaced, you can build a whole bunch of those aquacultures and get a lot of benefit out of them, and there may be even more over here. In fact, I'm going to play through, and I'm going to put a city up there. I'm going to see what I do with that. So, if you want to stick around for the remainder of this. Mine on this tile. That's fine. I'm gonna try to wrap around here. Would build the Temple of Artemis, but we can't. There are no camps, no hunting camps anywhere nearby. That being the case, we built the plaza. The plaza gives me another of these, and so now we are spamming settlers. It's obviously optimal to wait for something like... Yeah, you don't get that one, but you do. We'll try and demonstrate what this would end up looking like for you. Ice. Yeah, this is fine. Production is fine at this point. Strategic resources, fishing boats. May actually be worth it to do fishing boats here. I don't need culture. Not really gonna do faith. Don't have jungle anyway. Lines over luxury and bonus resources. Not really doing faith. Production. God of the sea. Okay. Okay, and that gives me a plan for where to go next. After we do pottery. Sailing, so 7 turns. God, for the hell of it. I think this will be my second city, why not? Inca's across the way. It's interesting, I guess. Be asleep for a little while. This is a dumb thing that I'm doing. I guess do what I say, not what I do. This amuses me greatly. masonry in the frozen north. Wait, what happened there? I hate it when it does that. It's 30 gold, though. No science up here, really, but, that's fine. We can deal. It's not like having more cities gives you increasing penalties like it does in Civ 5, so. Alright. We will get you. I guess my point here is you can settle cities that are just shit, but it doesn't really penalize you so long as you're oh my god. Why? So yeah, there might be an unusual number of tundra cities in this particular game from what I would normally do. I get masonry, why not? +5. Why +5? One, two, three, four. That's a bit mysterious to me. I'm not sure why this is +5 right here. I guess that they're slightly more than like +1, +2, +1. There must be slightly more than that coming from here, so that adding up to the 0.5 from being next to the home district, it's making this into a 5. If you're wondering, I'm not going to settle this in the tundra, but I am going to settle it like over here. Governments, I typically go for oligarchy. This is my typical go-to, sort of well-rounded at everything. And that +1 that combat strength can be really helpful. What do I need from here? I'm kind of done with settlers for a little while. Huh. If this wasn't... Okay, so if I was playing this for real, what I think I would end up doing... There's someone right here. Selling a city right here, or around here, maybe on the coast. Grab that. Maybe right here. Around here. This isn't so important, but now that my archer is fully healed. Okay. Horseman, barbarian horseman versus archer, less of a concern. This is good. I typically go for this, though. It sort of keeps its relevancy for a lot longer. Starting with a free builder is obviously a big deal, but you can deal without that. I'm actually thinking that I put the city right here for a specific reason. I don't want to get rid of this marsh for a little while, and if you did attack me this way, it'd be much more rough terrain, and I could mount a defense here with wider than you could go. Plus, I think I can... Yeah, I could build... This is a defensive city, if you're wondering, like, some bastard things that I could do. This would be one of them. I'd put ranged ships in here, in this lake, like battle ships, to make it an absolute pain in the ass to try and attack me from this way. There's one that pops up pretty early, and I'm going to need to go down that sailing path anyway. What one is it? Yeah, the quadrime. I need to go down this way anyway, but let's see what was I researching? Masonry is finished. Gonna go for the harbors, because I'm gonna need those. We're preparing here. Also, this gives good workers from that lady, so I need to stop doing that. You'll need housing, but I think we will be okay for builders. doing it. We can send these builders to other places if we need. Now, where are you going to build? You can start building a worker of your own. Our tucked away little stealth city over there. The real point of this is mainly just because having cities everywhere, there's not a penalty. You can get a decent enough campus out here in some of these places, I'm sure. You've got okay tiles to work. You're not going to be a super city ever, but it's okay. You can exist out here. Make my dedication. Probably this. Put these guys to sleep for a minute. Yes, our seas are unprotected. I would love it if I built a navy in here and it was so powerful that it made him respect me. Oh, Inca. So this goes all the way over here, I guess. I don't know what that means, but okay. Start moving him back. Patsakuti says. There we go. That should be another governor rank. This is dumb. I'm gonna fully admit that this is dumb. Oh right, it's +1 for each of these adjoining tiles. So, like, don't at me. I know that this was a dumb thing to do, but I just wanted to demonstrate that there are some alternative things that you can try, and some of them are even okay. I don't need any of this. Alright, this is one of the games where you can move through those deep things like that, okay. yeah, pretty quickly, this city is going to be much bigger than my main one. Now, what you can do, and what I'm probably going to do, is move her down here, build the aquacultures around for extra food and like for growth. But here's the thing: you keep the growth if you move them away later, but you lose the production. The city doesn't need the production, but the growth never hurts. So yeah, that would be the plan there. She is actually very powerful. She's normally my second pick after Magnus. She could have been my first pick here, but you get the guy that gives you the bonuses to settlers. I didn't go full settler spam here. I could have just packing the cities together as closely as you could. Put another one here, for example. The idea being take Kamasi fairly quickly. Start building up after you get the library done. Switch over to spamming units and go take Kamasi coming around this way. You have a pretty good defensive wall. Get encampments. That's why I'm researching this next. Get encampments. Put one right here. Put a wall in this city. Research shipbuilding. Laugh in quadrimes. Because they'd be able to cover most of this. You can clear away the things that wouldn't. It would just be very difficult to attack this city for anything. Attacking this is kind of similar. You're on the other side of a river. There's some hills right in front of it. And when you get the quadrimes, they can cover this way too. So you'd have to take a long walk around that way. And along this way, you've got another sort of choke point between the river and that. So it would be a weird empire. I think it would actually end up being pretty decent. Powered mainly by doing this. So spam workers. Get lots of growth. Just the way that these resources are sort of scattered around the way they are is really what's driving this. But yeah, this is one of the ways that some of my cities are so much bigger. But this is also why I don't like to start on the coast. Although maybe now that you all know what I'm doing when I do this, it won't be such a big deal. Because every time I do this, you all just, I just get natively invaded. And, it's much easier because there's no terrain that you can just all blob a big fleet together, and it's much harder to stop than a large army is, because they're not really choke points. This is the closest to a choke point that I've seen. 3 tiles wide, and maybe put quadrimes behind it, and you just sort of try to fight you off from there. But even that wouldn't be excellent. Maybe go across here. You can already see it's that like growing in 3 turns. It's already pop 3. This is only pop 5, and it's going really slow now. Yeah, this lady is very powerful. Magnus is probably the best to get first because chopping bonuses and also spam settlers. If you're not on the coast, obviously she loses a lot of value. But if you happen to have sea resources, picket fencing along like this, where you can get a whole bunch of them where they're next to 2 resources, yeah, you can get some very good yields out of this pretty quickly. And I have fishing boat production, so this city is gonna grow like mad. The city is going to have not good production, but okay production. Eventually it will have good production because of just the sheer number of people working the sea tiles. But that's for a different video. I'm gonna cut this here though. But hopefully this was helpful. I guess it doesn't take too long. Maybe we'll just start one more, and maybe we'll get a weird start This was pretty weird, but man, I could have. Man, Indonesia on that start would have been good.
Of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. All Spain stands ready to answer your prayers, devout King Philip. From your palace at El Escorial, you can send forth your followers.
Okay, Spain. Not terribly impressed by Spain. Fleets and armadas earlier than usual. I'm gonna check what this means. Does it mean you can do both at mercantilism? Because that's kind of interesting, I guess.
Making you truly the most Catholic king.
Stuff between multiple continents, it's just hard to set up. If you can do it, that's great. But it's just, you can't really predict it. I don't know what the mission does. Okay. Okay. This is another weird one. So I'm going to settle here. We have almost no growth. That's why I moved over this way. This is going to have to suffice as far as a tile goes. What do we need? What do we need? A new start. No, I'm going to go monument first here. We're in deep, deep terrain. So barbarians will be a little bit delayed. In the meantime, I'm going to go for... I guess I'm going to go for sailing. So this might be one of the few cases where I do not go Magnus first. I think I go the other... I think I go the lady first. Because... Okay, so plan for this game is we have a lot of production. It looks like we're kind of on an island or a peninsula type thing. We have no growth. That's a good campus though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 campus. Possibly 6 if that was working. Oh, that's what's not single. Okay. There's production everywhere, but we have no growth. Also, this is a troll. This is the trolliest thing ever. Because, this is just... Oh, man. You can put mines on these desert hills, but there's no flat spot to put Petra. So this is dead. This is almost completely dead. The most I can say is that maybe we go Faith. troll. Yeah, this is a troll start. So why did I make that first? Is because I want the culture as quickly as I can to get to state workforce and the government plaza. That's where we're going, is to try and get that governor up. In the meantime, we'll build a builder. We're constructing things pretty fast, and that's okay for now. But troll, troll, troll. Nothing but a troll here. Okay. Yeah, this actually no. Let's do that. Okay. So what am I thinking here? Fishing boat faith, if we have it. Backup plan. Backup plan. Desert folklore. Put it right here. I think this is the desert mountain. Yep. So put the holy site right here with desert folklore, because let's see what this missing. Unfortunately, we're on America. So that's not excellent. Troll start. It looks like we are on an island though, with that fractals that of course. I guess a slinger. Let's take a look at it. What am I at? So now we have growth of a kind at least. So I'm going to go astrology. We're going to build a holy site. I can't believe that I'm saying this. We're going to build a holy site. And do a religion. I know. It feels weird for me saying that too. I just don't know what else to do. Troll game. This is a troll game. But I can work with it. Not really worthwhile to do more builders. I don't have a lot to do with them just yet. But I will actually construct another builder. There is something that I'm going to have it do. So, strangely enough, what it looks like this is going, what this would be to me, as I'm looking at this, if this was not my One of my only luxury resources. Oh, it's a duplicate. Okay, I think I have that mod. If we're playing with the mod where you can remove this, I'm going to remove this. Because I'm planning 3 cities in here. One of them will have a campus here, one of them will have a campus here, and the other will have a campus there. To take advantage of the +2 from here. So it'd be +2, 1 for the mountain, 3 for the mountains, 1 for the mountain. So 3, 5, 3. Those are the best districts, or the best campuses we're going to get over there. Was hoping that we could use that government plaza for something useful, but no such luck, it appears. Maybe put it here. But no. Don't put it there. I need those woods for chopping to get it faster. Okay, buy out to here. We will grow. No, I still need the faith. Okay. Either this is an island. This is an interesting campus district. So there's another city up here that I'm going to make. Yeah, we're going to need that. Okay, it looks like there is someone up here. Someone or something's up there. Now, what I'm doing here is I am sort of prepping. I thought about building a holy site, but decided against it. I can figure out what I would actually do if I did that. Like, what would that be for? Be for nothing. I have no plan for. I have no plan for. Oh, Granada. Am I the only one? Okay, that strongly implies to me that we're on an island with them. If no one has found them by now. But it is interesting that they're there, I guess. So, how much does this cost? 80? Okay. It doesn't matter. You can keep working those. Oh, right. The bonus for this. 9 turns. Okay, at this point it wouldn't matter. Someone's completed the Great Bath. That's fine. Okay, I think, yeah, we're on a little troll peninsula here. For multiplayer, this would be not great. For single player, it's kind of adorable. I would actually, if this was a deity campaign, I'd actually be incredibly happy with this start, because there's no dickbag AIs right next to me trying to murder me. And that's A-okay in my book. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of culture production, so we're kind of in a holding pattern a little bit right now. We will. So, I'll show you what I'm going to do when I'm saving up workers, and it'll become obvious what I'm doing when I start doing it. We don't even have animal husbandry. We went in all on this. Or maybe this is a really big island. I'm not actually sure at this point. Pantheon, fishing boat production. Production. $40 gold, that's whatever. Put a turn into galley, I guess. I mistimed this by a turn, which is unfortunate, but that is what it is. Okay, not Magnus. We don't need Magnus this game. We need her. We're going to assign her. We're going to stop building this. Government Plaza. Where do I want it? We can't actually cut down the woods. That's a whoopsie, I guess. Government Plaza. We're going to build it there. Forget the galley. 3 turns. We can do better. Hopefully. Wow, 3 turns? I guess so. Okay, all of you start getting in the water. I should have been doing mining if I was trying to be a little too clever here. What I should have been doing here was have mining researched. Which I will still do, because I'm going to do the thing that I said wasn't good. I'm going to do that. Actually, I could use this to get out the other thing that I'm going to need. I'll do that instead. Yeah, we're starting to cook with oil here. Okay, we're not on an island, doesn't look like. We're on something strange, but that's fine. Okay, that's done. Harbor. Aquaculture. Mining in 2 turns. In the meantime, complete another 2 turns. Okay, we're like on a big island. A big, long, stringy kind of island. Okay. Why can't this be like every deity start that I get? 2 friendly enough city-states that I don't need to kill. An island all to myself, even if it is troll. But, time to start doing this. So this city is going. It's been a slow build here for the first 50 turns, which is not excellent, but that's how it goes sometimes. No bar problems, which has been convenient. If I had Indonesia as this start, I would have probably set this up quicker. Or Rome would have done this a lot faster, would have been better. So the idea here is we're not going to have Magnus, so we're going to lose population every time we build a settler. But we're going to grow so fast that it will end up being better for us in the long run. Also, we have a ton of housing from all those things that we just did, so that's convenient for us. And what we're going to do now is as soon as we get to early Empire, we're going to start spamming settlers. For now, we're going to keep spamming builders, and let's see, what are good locations for this? Along here, right there. We'll say right here. It's closer to another resource. And then, what would we need? Irrigation, maybe? Probably shipbuilding, actually. Could get the try to get a of the pyramids or hanging gardens. $95, so we'll buy that next turn. What I put a point into? Another into Galley, I guess. Another governor title. Let's see what else we could get. Actually, let's see. This is just something that I'm doing. I've never actually done this before. I'm not sure how good it is. You can evaluate that for yourself. This is just me amusing myself, basically. Okay. And what else would we need? Early Empire completed. I need this though. We need the science, I presume. in a regular game, what this has probably gotten me is forward settled by everyone. But on the other hand, if I wasn't on this stringy little thing of island that made it hard for people to get to me, I would have had more time, probably more resources to try and grab, to try and get somewhere else. I wouldn't have had to do this in another situation, so I'm sort of making the best of it. I saw that I had all this land, quote unquote, that, yeah. Actually, let me just click education, and we will go from there. But I think the benefits of this are starting to become apparent. Like, here's a good city. Right, and I guess spam settlers is what we're doing. Swap this over. Yeah, that's fine. We can deal with that. Something that this is doing that I'm not used to having is you're making this brute forces a lot of gold to you, which is interesting, I guess. I don't know if it's good or not, but another. Yep, we just keep doing this as long as we can. And actually start moving back over here. It's going to be painful once I get done with her here. I would probably start moving, like build some more workers, so probably get another settler or two. We'll keep spamming settlers until I find something else to do with them. Probably put another guy here on the stone. Not really that fan of that, but Okay, new government type. I think I'll actually go Classical Republic here. I just need more of this stuff than I need of anything else. Need that. Need that. Need this. I could deal with that, but we'll stick to that for now.
Organisms don't think of CO.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. I let that one get too automated, I think. I don't really need any of these right now. Although, I may go for... I'm already going to be done with my settlers for a while. I'll probably do the audience chamber. First, I want one more settler. Possibly two. Yeah, two more settlers. I'm sure this video is way longer than you wanted or needed. Hopefully, you know, going on these adventures with me is what you needed. I wanted this to be more concise. This is more just a let's play at this point. But I want to see how well I can recover from this start on standard speed. So far, we're doing okay. We're not doing great though. So we're going to put a city. Probably a city right here or right here. Probably right here, from what I can tell with these resources. And what this city is going to do is it's going to grow, but not do a whole lot else. This is the Grassland Hills. Actually, if this is just Grassland Stone, then yeah, I'll put it right here. Yeah, this city is going to have a lot of growth, but it's not going to have much else going for it. By the time I get done doing the plan. But we're going to keep producing settlers out of here for a little bit still. Well, against the AI, sure, that's fine. Against the prince level AI, you get that. one more settler, and then we can transfer to something else. We have a freshwater city. I know. It's exploiting to have fresh water. Totally cheating. You're only allowed one freshwater city in your empire. We'll settle on those dias. And you will get a builder. I avoid them? Do I? Okay, well. Yeah, our science is starting to pick up as we go here. Do I need anything different here? No. Does change a little bit about what I'm going to do with this, though. Okay. Huh. Oh, right, it finishes campus. That's what this is doing. Builder. And this one, I want to go over here. What I want you to do is put 2 turns into something. 2 turns into what? 2 turns into a library, probably. Be a good thing. So get this to 10. And then I'm going to I messed this up a little bit, I think. That's fine. Hindsight, this should have been placed here, and then I would put the industrial zone here, put a aqueduct here. In fact, no, I don't have that mod installed, but I would put industrial zone here, then the government plaza here, aqueduct, mine. Eventually this becomes the Ruhr, hopefully. We can go ahead and finish this industrial zone. Where to put it at that point? Probably would go here. This would have to become the aqueduct, probably. Which would be fine, I guess. Yeah, that'd be fine. Which kind of suck that I messed it up that way, but I do that, so. Everyone else is starting to build builders. I want to get the industrial zone constructed, and then I'll start moving her around. Major flood. Timed that pretty well, considering. Not on purpose, though. Go ahead and put our harbor in here. We are going to want a harbor in basically all of our cities. Give this to you. Go ahead and make that. Okay, so we're continuing on here. Our science is bad, but yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting start here. I don't normally bring her out first, but I think in this case it was necessary. Turtles everywhere. Turtle City. In fact, so many turtles, you come down here and help build the turtles. I don't really care about these great admirals. It is kind of interesting, though. Okay, with the AI, I am competitive, I guess, with science. Builder, I guess. Let's see what this is like. A city with so many turtles is just sort of naturally good. Hmm. Forms a fleet out of the military unit. Try to get a builder out of there. Golden into heroic. that. You have next to no faith, but that's fine. I'm curious what this will actually do. What's the quarter-inch strength? 20, 25. 30, 35. It's interesting, I guess. Okay. We'll get builders out of here, and we will start shifting her around. So, well, before we do that, let me see what this is like. City Park, and let me... a tile that we would already be working. You know what, we won't worry about that. So we will reassign. Who first? Probably down here to Valon. So like we lose the production from here, but we keep the growth. So no suitable zone for this district. Okay. Anyway, I think I was finding this more entertaining than I thought I would. What are we doing here? Still have a lot of production out of here anyway, so. So plan here, we're going to go around, construct the mines where they need to be. You get out here and repair these, claim great person. That's fine. I think I'll pass. So many barbarian boats. Repair that harbor that got damaged. Never actually took masonry, did I? Oh well, for right now, we'll improve that. Just spamming builders from here now to build out, like improve the rest of the empire as we need it. Anyway, I think I'll cut this off here. This was an interesting start, I think. Still some things to do. It's not perfect, but I think, yeah, I think this would be a fairly successful opening. Probably a little slow on science. But, yeah, this would be like a weird start that you can try to do something out of. Anyway, I hope this video is helpful. You can skip around, but, yep.